there is a physical memory of remembering where you came from. If you just as much as hold somebody's hand, you will develop runanubandha. Physical memory, beyond a certain point that what you pick up, will cause a certain level of confusion. Many of you have noticed this, certain days your body seems to be confused. So, we created various systems to cleanse. We were talking about what is referred to as runanubandha, which means certain physical memory. Body has its own memory. Today there are lots of experiments to partially prove some of these things. Let's say your father, okay, I'm just picking on him because I thought you wouldn't mind. Your father, let's say when he was a child, he liked round objects. He played with round pebbles, round this, round that. Let's say he developed a certain level of involvement with them. When you grow up, without knowing why, you'll start liking round things. Maybe you don't find pebbles anymore when you're growing up. So you'll pick on something else. Whatever you choose, you will tend to choose that kind of thing. These things are proven beyond doubt that these repetitions happen. This is simply because you carry a certain genetic material. Runanubandha means the physical memory that you carry within you. This can happen because of blood relationship. This can also happen due to sexual relationship. That body has a certain memory. Runanubandha is not like genetic factors being transmitted from parent to child, not on that level. There is a physical memory of remembering where you came from. Not necessarily in terms of tone of your skin, shape of your nose, how you're built, your race, not that. It is just that if you just as much as hold somebody's hand, you will develop runanubandha. This is why in India if you come, people will do like this. They don't want to do that. We will love you like this. And there are many things, they won't give certain substances. Nobody will give salt to you or will receive salt from you. If you try to give them salt, you'll say, keep it here. They don't want to take it from your hands. The till or the sesame seeds, they won't take it from you. Certain types of soils, nobody will receive it from you. If you want to give soil to somebody, any kind of soil, there are rituals where soil is given, always you keep it down, I'll pick it from there. Never take it from somebody's hands, because you will develop runanubandha. Physical memory, beyond a certain point that what you pick up, will cause a certain level of confusion. Confusion, not here, this confusion is a different thing, that is something you have earned. But physical confusion, if the body is confused, it can't come to ease. It is… many of you have noticed this, certain days your body seems to be confused. Have you noticed this? Wherever you sit somehow. Another day you sit down, So, we created various systems to cleanse. One thing is fire wash, air wash. Really? Of course, the water wash every day. When I was in a period of time when I was into lot of sadhana, I would have somewhere between 5 to 7 showers a day. Because your system becomes so sensitive, you sat on this cushion, now you're conscious what this cushion is doing to you. So you want to wash, at least just water running over your body. 5 to 7 days, 7 times a day. This is not like calculated, I must do it 5 times or 7 times. Whenever you feel like… Most yogis have shower at least twice a day, minimum. Usually it's a dip in the river. Just at least once you dip in flowing water so that you're washed clean. Those who are doing sadhana, even today in the ashram, none of the brahmacharis are allowed to even wash their clothes in a common place. Everybody washes their clothes separately. So, we can't put a washing machine and put everybody's clothes in it and do it, it would be easier. But we will not do it because all of them are doing sadhana and everyone has their own specific characteristic. We don't want it all mixed up because it'll not work. If we have to mix it up, then every wash we will have to coat it with soil. You don't know this probably. All the sannyasis, all the sadhus and sannyasis always use very fine sieved mud, red earth to color their clothes. Entire ashram is painted like this because it's just soil we used, okay? Soil with a certain… a certain adhesive sticks like paint. And all buildings in the ashram were painted like this. And all sadhus, sannyasis, those who are on spiritual path, wash their clothes with red earth, filtered earth, with that they wash, so that's why that color, that's how it's come. So either you must wash separately or every time you must coat it with some soil material so that the runanubandha, the only runanubandha that you hold is with the earth, not with people around you, not with things around you, just with the plant. That is okay, because if you wear clothes, because the word soil here is used differently, if you wear soiled clothes no, not like that. Dipped in red earth, if you wear these clothes, in some way, it is a reminder for the body as to where it comes from and where it'll go. So, those who are on the spiritual path always use clothes which have been dipped in filtered red earth. Actually, the white clothes turn into mud color because it's been constantly washed with filtered earth. I think there was no some grand expression of love or this and that. It was just a taken for granted relationship. It's taken for granted that we are of paramount importance to her. So, it never occurred to us, oh, she loves us, she takes care of us, these thoughts never came. It's like, that's all her life is about, that she… just what matters in her life is just us. She gave us that cocoon and I think that made a tremendous difference to all of us in those times. As I've already many times said, she made everything with her hands in the house. from cooking to embroidery, stitching drapes and stitching things, everything was her work. Her signature was all over the house. Without saying a word, it was simply everywhere. I remember when we went out to other places, always every pillowcase, every bedsheet, everything is embroidered. Some embroidery she would have done. If when we went out to places outside and just before sleeping, if she saw the pillowcase is just a white pillowcase, she would say, how can children sleep on an empty pillowcase? And within 5 minutes, she would put a small parrot. I remember those green parrots so well, because looking at the damn parrot, I would just fall asleep. Those parrots are sticking in my head so strong. Or a little five-petaled flower, which used to be, those… I don't know what… I've forgotten all those names. They used to be anchor threads, anchor brand threads, which used to come like this in a… If you stitch them, let's say it's pink in one place, in another place it'll be reddish, when you stitch it, it'll come… I'm sure even now those things should be there, but I'm not seen them in a long time. So I'm just looking at that five-petaled flower and just dozing off. And it's largely pink, 3 petals are pink, 2 petals are slightly reddish, and my mind is just thinking, why the hell is it like this? Why? I remember this thing so well. I'm talking when I'm like 4 or 5 years of age. I'm just thinking, why is it those 2 petals together have come red and the other 3 have come pink? I've seen the thread, I've done all kinds of things. When I look at the patterns in the thread, it shouldn't be coming so close together, my mind is… So, all these little things, cooking enslaved us. It doesn't matter where we went, even if we were taken to a wedding or a party or whatever, we pretend to eat there and come home and eat well. Because there was no replacement for her cooking, it was like that. I don't know, it was not like a very active, loving relationship. It was just there all the time, you couldn't think of life without her, that's all. It's just there, all the time there, never not being there. I think today, for economic reasons, women have chosen to step out of their homes. I'm not commenting about that. But for a child, when a child comes home, nobody at home, he opens his own lock and goes inside and eats some cold food and sits there. This is the fate of most of the Western children, and unfortunately this is becoming the fate of most of the Indian urban children. Just that thing, when you come home, she takes your bag and she asks you what happened, and you want to run inside with your shoes on and she pulls out your shoes. These are not simple acts. These are life-transforming acts, These are truly life-transforming acts, I think in many ways. The other dimension of who I am is different, but as a person who I am, I think she had a huge influence quietly, without saying a word, no teaching, no talking down. My father always tried to talk me down and tell me, this, you have to be like this, otherwise you'll become like this. None of it stuck in my head. But she just quietly, without saying a word about it, I think she impacted me hugely, very hugely.
If something in you became quieter, clearer, or maybe even more restless after this video, then it was already worth it. Let us know what you felt, tell us your city, and if you can, subscribe and send it to someone who would appreciate this too. These little actions help the message go further. Thank you, Big Hug, and see you in the next video.